Hey, visibility hackers, it's me, Coach Molly from visibilityhacking.com. So we gotta talk. We definitely have to talk. I just learned something a couple days ago that has really blown my mind, and we need to talk about it. So, one of my incredible clients, we're working on a pretty awesome funnel for her. I can't wait to show you once it's officially launched. We've been working together for about a month now, and we're coming up with a pretty awesome funnel, I have to say. The reason it's taken us this long is because, well, there was Thanksgiving in the way, and Thanksgiving this year ran a little bit slower than usual, and it took a little bit more time, and that's okay. That's totally okay. But I'm chatting with this client who also helps other people with their funnels and their online presence as well. And she has a client who is working with like a very big name, very established agency in the funnel design space. And it's taken 6 months to get her funnel up and launched, and it's still not launched. That blows my mind. That when you're paying top end dollar to a large agency that has brand recognition, name recognition, all of that kind of stuff, and they still can't deliver your funnel in a reasonable amount of time, 6 months is ridiculous. If I look back to the funnels that I was working on 6 months ago, my business has moved so much faster and so much further since then. Oh, my goodness. So first of all, before we dive into anything else in this discussion, I want to tell you first and foremost, a funnel should not take 6 months to make. It definitely shouldn't take 6 months to launch. There's two schools of thought here. There are people who believe that you have to have your funnel completely dialed in, completely perfect. Absolutely every aspect of that funnel needs to be done, tested, and perfect before it launches. That's fine if you have a giant mailing list where everyone is going to be accessing that funnel at the same time. But in reality, when you're using your funnels to build your lists and you're using your funnels to build that identity and to get your opt-ins out there and to start that lead generation process, if you are taking 6 months to wait till everything is perfect, then you're wasting your time and you're probably wasting your money, let's be honest. If you're building it yourself, it shouldn't take 6 months. I can show you how to build it yourself and go through practice runs and tweak your funnel and A/B test it in 6 months. It should not take 6 months to build a funnel. The thing that I do differently, the thing that Visibility Hacking Studios is different with, is that we don't take 6 months to build a funnel, first of all. But we firmly believe in allowing our clients, giving our clients the tools that they need to build their own funnels. We'll help you out. We'll get you started. We will get you the most amazing layout setup. We'll have deep conversations with you about what you want at each stage. My preference is to meet with my clients every week. Give them an update on where we are and give them more homework. I need my clients to be involved in the process of building their funnels because it's their identity. First of all, it's their identity. Second of all, I want them to be able to make changes to their funnel when needed. I want them to be able to understand what's happening when we A/B test something. And I want them to have the tools in their toolbox and have the skills and the knowledge to understand why we pick A over B or why we pick B over A. And what is it about what we did that's going to make that difference for them in their funnel? And that way they can start replicating those same concepts, those same strategies in their other funnels. It should not take 6 months to build a funnel. It shouldn't. It absolutely shouldn't. The way that I like to do it, I'm not the perfectionist, wait 6 months till absolutely everything is perfect, right? Because you have your funnel pages, you have your back-end automations, you have your follow-up funnels that are attached to that, you have all the opt-ins that are attached to that. As well, on your funnel pages, you have all of your copy, your headlines, your text, your videos, your images, all of that stuff. But it shouldn't take 6 months to launch your funnel. My recommendation is put your funnel out there. Put something that is, I think what they would say would be minimally viable, your like minimum viable product kind of thing. Put that out into the world and then tweak it, add to it, add more copy, add more text, add more images, change your headline, tweak where your call to action button is, etc., etc. Do this with real data that's coming in. When you A/B test stuff, when you split test your funnel pages, what you're able to do is test one headline against another. Let that run for a little bit and then figure out which one is grabbing more attention and turning more conversions. Then you take that better performing option and you remove the other split test. Then you find something else to split test. And it's this ongoing, beautiful process. So unless your 6 months to launch your funnel, big funnel agency is doing that behind the scenes with your ideal customers, then what are they wasting your time doing? In reality, what's happening with a lot of customers who are feeling this right now, a lot of customers are being put on the back burner because they're going to be considered smaller fish. These big agencies are looking for big contracts. So if you're with them and you're just building a single funnel, maybe it's your first funnel, they're going to read you as being a small fish. They're going to put you on that back burner. They're not going to prioritize you. And in many cases, they might even outsource the work of your funnel to someone else. And they're not going to be properly managing that person. They're not going to be properly looking at that project and making sure that it's meeting deadlines and making sure that you as a customer are feeling empowered with that funnel. A lot of the times you end up feeling tied down to that funnel. You end up feeling like it's a weight on you and you can't move forward in your business or you can't pivot quickly if you need to, because you're tied down to some tech agency who's building this for you. I'll give you the boost. I'll give you the kickstart. I'll get you on the right track. And then together, let's make your funnel amazing. Let's put your funnel out there into the world because it needs to breathe. It needs to interact with your ideal customers in order for us to tweak it to be the best possible funnel. I'm excited about this today because that one client I was talking about, I can't wait to share her amazing funnel with you guys, actually. I'm prepping some A/B split tests on her funnel today, and I'm very excited for that because she went off and got some fantastic feedback from an amazing marketer. And that feedback is exactly the information and the thoughts that have been running through the back of my head as I passively think about this funnel as we work on it. And I showed her this original design, and we both like it, but I haven't fallen in love with it. And so I now, in many ways, have that permission to change things up and to adjust things. And I'm going to do it in the form of a split test. I'm going to keep the original page design as our split test for A. I'm going to keep all of the same copy, all of the same images. Everything is going to stay the same except for the above the fold design. That's the only thing that's going to change. I'm going to move a call to action button and I'm going to move around some of the text so that the design and the way that the messaging is presented is going to be different. But I'm going to test it and we're going to see how that works. We have upsells, we have downsells, we have confirmation pages, and we have an awesome membership site. So all of those pieces need to be able to function together in order to create an incredible, impactful experience for your viewer. And remember, you're designing your funnels for your dream customer. You're not designing them as catch-all nets. We're not fishermen. We're anglers. We're not there net fishing and grabbing anything and everything we can. Instead, we're targeting our messaging, we're targeting our imaging, we're targeting our branding to specifically reach our dream customer. And sometimes we have to guess at how to do that, and we do that through split testing. And the only way to actually get that data is to launch your funnel. So if you're waiting 6 months for that funnel to be finished, I'd look into an option to get rid of that agency. Because I promise you, I can show you a quicker way to get it all done. Step by step by step. It's not a hard process, but a lot of agencies will message it and make you think that it's a really hard process. That's because they just want to get as much money out of you as possible. And what a lot of these big agencies are doing is farming off their work to smaller funnel designers. They're not the funnel designer that's going to sit down with you and talk you through the process and get your feedback and get your input and help you have your fingerprints all over your funnel. But instead, you're going to sit there for 6 months and you're not going to see any improvements. You're not going to see any changes. And then when they finally give you that project after you've waited 6 whole months, when they finally hand that project back to you, there's going to be changes that need to be made. And then those changes are going to take months and months and months to get completed. And we still haven't gotten to split testing, right? Because we're still making minor adjustments. Those minor adjustments are things that you could have done yourself. So I just wanted to come on here, my friends, and remind you that it should not take 6 months to launch your funnel. I sat in the ClickFunnels One Funnel Away challenge a few times, and the number of people who are returners to the challenge is always amazing to me. I always find that interesting because no matter how many times you go through the challenge, you're always going to learn something new. You're always going to have a new network of people to work with. But I always find it funny to see the number of people who are working on the same funnel 6 months later. They're overcomplicating it. They're trying to create these massive, massive projects before they launch it into the world, when in reality, we can start with a minimum viable funnel, a minimum viable product, and tweak it as we get live data, as we get actual page views, as we get actual conversions. We're able to make those tweaks and changes. And that way, our funnel ends up speaking directly to our dream customer, as opposed to, I think this is what my dream customer wants. I don't really know. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. All right, guys, I'm going to pop off here because it is time for me to get some funnels designed. So I will see you guys again for tomorrow's visibility check. Make sure if you haven't already, you are signed up for the Visibility Hackers Facebook group. There's going to be a lot of changes to our content coming up. And those of you who are watching on the Three Pines Leadership Periscope, on our Twitch account, on our YouTube account, or on my personal Facebook profile, you guys are going to be missing out on a ton of the value that we will be giving in the coming months. So make sure you sign up for the Visibility Hackers Facebook group. Always a ton of fun in there. And for those of you who haven't already, make sure you get in touch with me if you want a personal invitation to the Visibility Vault. It's only available for the rest of the week. We're giving it away. We're giving all of access for all of 2021 away, plus the rest of this month, the rest of 2020, for the price of usually only 2 months of access to the vault. So that's fantastic. There'll be new trainings popping on every single week. And this week we've added the How I Made $500,000 While on Vacation and How You Can Do It Too training. All right, everyone, I will see you again tomorrow for the next visibility check. And until then, remember, I love you and be excellent to each other.